Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So a lot of people have been waiting for this for a very long time, and it's finally here. We are at the end of the Newsom administration in the state of California, and we have some news that just broke this week that we need to talk about today, so stay tuned. Now, before we get too deep into what's going on here, this video is proudly sponsored by Aura. Listen, big companies with poor security are getting hacked every single day, and your personal information is being sold on the dark web so spammers, scammers, and identity thieves can target you. I mean, just Google yourself. You might be surprised how much information is already available for anyone to see. Well, instead of just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best, get Aura. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security numbers, across billions of data points like the dark web to alert you about potential identity theft, and every adult on the account, up to 5, gets $1 million in identity theft coverage. That's a total of $5 million per one account. But Aura doesn't stop there. With Data Broker Opt-out, Aura will help you remove your personal identifying information from data brokers and people search sites that sell your information to scammers and thieves. Aura also has 24/7 US-based support, a secure password manager, antivirus, VPN, and more, and you get all that on one app at one affordable price. Now, I personally recommend Aura, and you really have nothing to lose because you can try Aura free for 2 weeks. Check out the link down below or click the link in the description box to try Aura for yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. So based on the number of articles that I've seen on this specific topic, I am surprised to find out how many people in the state of California were not aware that this is Newsom's last term and his term is about to be up. And it could not come soon enough. This guy has done a lot of damage to the Second Amendment rights of people in California. As lieutenant governor under Jerry Brown, he did quite a bit of damage to the Second Amendment. But as governor of the state of California, he's practically made it his mission. He has done everything in his power to make sure that all laws that are passed in that state by the state legislature get signed into law if it involves taking your Second Amendment rights away. As a matter of fact, he's the governor that came up with the 28th Amendment, the amendment that he wanted added to the United States Constitution that would essentially invalidate and eliminate the Second Amendment rights for everybody in our country. So he's wanted to expand on that as governor of California as well. So with that being said, election season has officially begun in the state of California, and there is one particular person who threw his hat in the ring just this week that has caused me to get questions basically all over the internet and even in my personal email. Actually, as a matter of fact, I even got a text about it this morning. So we are going to talk about Sheriff Chad Bianco, who just announced that he's going to be running for the governor of the state of California, and where he stands on the Second Amendment.
I'm here to announce our campaign to be the next governor of California.
Now, I've been doing my research on this guy long before he ever threw his hat in the ring for governor, and that's because even years ago, he'd said some stuff that I thought was very pro-Second Amendment, and that made him stand out amongst other sheriffs in the state of California, because one thing you have to remember is that prior to the Bruin decision, there was still a good cause requirement in the state of California, but the state left it up to each individual sheriff as to how they would apply that. So you could go to one county, let's say Ventura County, and get a permit fairly easy. But you would go to LA County and it was nearly impossible. You had to show an imminent threat or imminent danger in order to even go through the application process. And nobody was able to do it. The only people that were able to do it in a lot of counties were people who were retired judges, retired law enforcement, stuff like that. They weren't issuing it to just standard citizens. So a few years ago when I saw him on CRPA did an interview with him. Rick Travis was the host of that interview. I was really impressed with a lot of stuff that he said. He said that in Riverside, which is the county that he's the sheriff of, and I got to tell you, Riverside's a pretty big county. There are millions of people that live there. He said that he wanted to clean things up when it came to CCWs. He felt that people have a right to carry to defend themselves, and he said it on multiple occasions in multiple interviews, including on Gun Owners Radio, that he believes that people have a right to carry and to defend themselves. And the wait times, which were nearly 2 years in Riverside, ended up dropping to nearly, they dropped to like 30 days, 30 to 60 days after he took over. So it went from something like 3,000 permits total that were issued in Riverside County to, I believe it was a year ago, there was something more than 40,000 that were issued. So it went from 3 to 40 in just a short amount of time that he was the sheriff of Riverside County. So not only did he say that he supported it, but he actually showed that with action, which I thought was great. I mean, that's absolutely incredible if you're talking about, again, the state of California, where you don't typically get that throughout the state.
This isn't the same thing as getting a Costco card, which a lot of people try to make it on the opposition.
Right.
Like, has there been like, oh, I wished I wouldn't have done that because people went off the deep end?
No, there hasn't. And if there had been across the country, you don't think we would know about it?
Right.
So all we get is the misinformation that oh my gosh, everybody's going to shoot it. It's the wild, wild west. That isn't the case. And it never will be the case. Law-abiding citizens want the ability to carry guns. They're law-abiding citizens, and that's all we give them to. A criminal is not going to come ask the sheriff for permission to carry a gun. They just do it anyway.
So he says he believes in the Second Amendment. He says he believes in your right to carry to defend yourself. He believes in at least reciprocity. And he says that he took an oath to uphold and protect the Constitution of the United States, and that he believes in our founding documents wholeheartedly, which is great. That's a breath of fresh air in the state of California. You don't hear that very often. However, I still see some pretty major holes here. There's some questions that I've been trying to answer for years and have not been able to do so. So if you guys know anything more than I do, by all means, this is where the comment section comes in. Let me know about it. I'd like to see it. If you have any quotes or anything like that, it'd be great. Leave those quotes down below. So my first issue is that when I go to his official election website and I take a look at his platform, what he's running on, I don't see the Second Amendment listed on there at all. And that's a problem for me. I want to see where you stand on it. What's your official statement on it? And I want to see that on your official election website so that when people go to see what you're all about, they're going to see that this is what you stand for. And by you omitting that, you're just not adding it to that website, that causes a problem for me. I want to see that on your website. Now, the other thing is, while it's great that I think that he stands for carry and he's been able to improve the permitting process in California and stuff like that, or in Riverside, where does he stand on the myriad of other issues that are infringing on people's Second Amendment rights in that state? I mean, we could go over it all day. There's over 100 different gun control laws in the state of California. Where does he stand on the assault weapons ban? Where does he stand on the 10-day waiting period? Where does he stand on the roster? I mean, where does he stand on any of these other issues that have been plaguing the people of California for so long? Again, carry is just a small fraction of the problems that people in California have been facing, and you have to address the other problems that people are facing as well, not just that one. While that one is great, we really need to expand on this, and I would like to hear where he stands on it. Again, if you guys know better than I do, if you've seen anything out there, please, by all means, let me know, because I have not been able to find it. So we all know that the left controls a vast majority of the state of California. As a matter of fact, they have a super majority in the California state legislature, so they're not going to be very helpful to an even moderately conservative incoming governor. So what are you going to do once you inherit a state that has as many infringements on the books as California does? Are you going to at least advocate for having these changes? Are you going to talk to the DOJ and see what you can do there? There's a lot that you could do even without that support. Some things that you could do unilaterally, some things you're going to have to advocate for, but we need to know about these things. Again, while I'm excited with all the things that you've said, and I think that you have been a breath of fresh air to the state of California, and you've been really good to the people of Riverside, at least from what I see, I still have too many questions at this point. So do I think that he is pro 2A? Yes. I don't think he would have made those changes. I don't think he would have brought the wait times down from 2 years to 30 days. I don't think that many more people in Riverside County would have permits if he wasn't pro 2A. So as for that, yes, I think he's pro 2A. But I still have too many questions to say for sure. There needs to be more that needs to be answered. Hey, maybe we get lucky enough when one day he'd be willing to come on. So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know about that. Wanted to talk to you guys about it today and answer the questions that I've been getting about it as well. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.